Two goobies
Two
in a pot.
snoobers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Tell me when you're recording.
Yeah, I just hit the button.
Oh, oh, he hit the button.
I hit the button.
he hit the button.
I hit the
Okay,
red
so
big red button.
today he hit the big red button, and now the nukes are being launched.
Yes, the gooby nuke.
The gooby nukes, they are going to explode all over the world and release the gooby virus. Everyone's becoming gooby.
Yeah, everyone will be just like the goobies on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you were about to say something, I think.
I think I accidentally fucked up my microphone real quickly,
Uh
but it's okay. So today we are talking about confidence. Are you confident?
oh. Yeah. I'm super
Okay.
confident.
I'm super confident.
Super confident. I I'm soup capable of eating soup.
Is soup capable of eating soup?
Yeah. They call me the soup eater.
The soup eater.
yeah.
Hey.
Are you confident?
No.
Damn.
So basically, according to this website, it's called digitallabel.org.
Uh-huh.
Effects of low self-esteem include avoiding difficult situations, being sensitive to criticism, anxiety, withdrawal from social situations, and being reluctant to trust yourself. Oh boy, do I
Oh boy.
definitely not recognize that.
I am super confident, but I'm getting the fuck out of here. It is not because I'm not confident. Trust me, bro.
I feel like a lot of it is also um it's also shaped by your environment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were bullied growing up, then you're definitely gonna feel less good about yourself. Well,
Hmm.
it's the case for most people, I think.
I mean, I kind of see myself in a weird spot then, I guess, because on one end, I sure as fuck didn't like rule the classrooms, right?
Hmm.
But as someone that kind of basically was more doing his own shit and like not really going with anyone's flow. I uh I don't know. I mean, I didn't necessarily. I do think that I had some effects on my confidence regarding that,
Hmm.
but in private, I was still really confident, I think.
That's good. I
yeah.
mean, I guess it also depends on how much value you put on these people, right, that are bullying you. If you don't really care too much, then it might not affect you as if you are do care a lot, or if you're thought to care about other people's feelings like more than your own.
Hmm. I mean, if I'd carry this kind of feeling back home, then I could get that. But like usually at home, it was just different, and I spend a lot of time with my very close, a very small amount of friends, and I guess that kind of gave me a feeling of that it didn't really matter as much what other yappers were yapping about.
Hmm.
Like I had a
Yeah.
pretty clear, like pretty clear. you know, barrier between it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I do want to become more confident because I feel like it's definitely um it's hindering my ability to do things. It's hindering my ability to believe in myself that I can actually do the hard things that I want to do.
Yeah. I mean,
Because I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, right? And I keep trying, but I keep stopping because I feel like the stuff I do isn't good enough or it won't be accepted by others.
yeah. Like, I was thinking about, um, um, oh my god, get back here. My thoughts are running away. They're
Anyways,
scurrying. You
the
listen.
scarier. I've actually, I actually have to still, I still have to find a method that actually works in improving your confidence.
Hmm.
Because just trying to do it, just forcing yourself through it doesn't always work. At least
No,
not for me.
I mean, uh, like not necessarily going into exactly what was the thing going on today, but like you could tell that just trying to force it was certainly not a good solution, and that it actually helped letting that go. I think.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely did help.
Hmm.
Just also telling myself that it would be okay and that it wasn't gonna be as bad as I like just facing that just doing it as well. Like just doing
Yeah,
it but also not forcing myself to do it.
yeah, kind
It's
of
a
like
weird balance.
yeah, kind of like embracing it in a sense, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But a
it's
lot of the methods that tell you how to get more confident are just so generic and they don't help at all.
hmm. Maybe it's also by the amount or the way that you receive it. Basically, if it gets watered down, the more that you like see someone yap about it. Like if you don't feel yourself getting anywhere and you keep hearing like the same thing over and over, it's not gonna hit right. No matter how good the
Hmm.
advice is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was just thinking, um, like I obviously have been in a spot where I had like a pretty good confidence about myself in some positions and a really bad one later or at different points. Like, I do remember that when I started out making content, which is like nearly a decade ago,
Hmm.
um, that I didn't really care what the fuck I was doing. I mean, I
Hmm.
think at some point, like, I tried really hard in like video making, right? And that was
Yeah.
like my first kind of semi like burnout thing. I remember, dear God, like how do I? That's the kind of thing. Like if I remember something about what I was actually doing at some point, like vividly, then it means that it must be some weird shenanigans going in my brain because I don't remember shit usually. It was I was doing like vacation on Fur. It's like an island,
Hmm.
and I was like rendering like a fucking video on my, you know, that laptop that I have
Yeah.
laying around, like that shitty ass
Hmm.
laptop that takes ages to boot up. I was like cutting a video in like the forest then at that point, and I remember that's the first time where I felt like a kind of exhaustion because I just tried way too hard. and
Yeah.
like it wasn't anymore as much for the enjoyment of it as what was more like, okay, I guess I gotta, cut this video.
Mhm. I guess maybe that's what I do as well. I care way too much and I put way too much effort into things, and then I'm still not happy with how they turn out.
Hmm. It's just
Because I always care about making quality stuff, and then when my stuff inevitably doesn't end up meeting my standards, I can feel bad about myself as a person.
yeah. It's I certainly think that I was more in like my prime when I was just starting up something, just goobing around and just cutting it there. And if I wanted to cut it up in a different fashion, then that was good and all. But like at the point where I mean, you can also kind of get into a situation where you're like looking at how videos are performing and stuff like that, right? I certainly remember I've been in that place.
Mhm.
I mean, it's actually interesting. I think I've been in a place before where I was like above average on like um streaming with view count, right? Because I certainly got to affiliate, which kind of has you have to have a consistent amount of average viewers, right?
Mhm.
To get that. And was at the time I think around 5 or something.
That's awesome.
Yay! And I still keep the benefits from that, which is nice. Even
Yeah.
though I ain't streaming for shit most of the time right now.
Yeah, I think also just making subpar shit and uploading and seeing that it's okay, like it's fine, should
Yay!
also probably help. Because it often takes an awful amount of time and dedication to create something that's actually like good, if I can
Yeah,
say it like that.
yeah,
And I guess I always put myself to the standards of people who have done this for years or who are really focused on one thing or who are
yeah.
able to have a team to work on their stuff. But just making shit is also fine.
Yeah, I mean, just count by the times you've seen like a YouTuber like announce that they have burnout because they've just been looking crunching numbers and just trying too hard to like grow or like appease.
I feel like that's the whole landscape of YouTube nowadays, though.
Yeah, besides like the obvious just grabbing viewers or like views for cash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which certainly
certainly.
doesn't help with people's confidence.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing is just like back when I started doing YouTube stuff, etc., right? It was way more about just doing what you liked, right? Just posting content that you found enjoyable, right? And now it's all about like these, you see all around you like
High
these
production.
big channels, these super extreme production, yeah, and like the
Yeah.
fucking like really corporatized or either like already established giants, and
Yeah.
you don't really see any random goober now as much anymore, just randomly uploading their Minecraft footage.
I've lately been seeing a lot more smaller channels, luckily.
I've seen a few, certainly. Yeah.
You have to, if the algorithm detects that you like smaller channels, it will give them to you. But it's
Yay.
difficult because the bigger channels are always recommended in between that, and they have such high production quality and they know how the system works, so
I'm,
they are you're easier to click on those than on the smaller creators.
I mean, I remember just a shout out to one of the not as big goobers. Like I remember the time that I found out about Pong Sifu. That was pretty fun because like he he kind of like punched out in a sense that he actually put so much effort into like cutting up a video and like uh you know he was basically I was surprised I was genuinely just so surprised that he isn't bigger than than he actually was at the time that I found him. And
Hmm.
like that was pretty interesting because he already made pretty high effort like productions even at a scale where you'd say that someone was probably just gonna goof around. Yay.
I see.
That's pretty interesting.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to make a video on confidence and how I can increase it, and maybe regular tips that are given, because I feel like the tips that are given on how to grow confidence are so vague. They're always like, take care of yourself, take care of your body, go outside. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know.
It's just like usually to me, the more complicated something is supposed to be, the more overwhelming and the less I can actually do it. I guess in terms of like concepts like confidence, right? For me, it's just like usually just engaging in something that boosts my confidence, not necessarily by doing a task that is specifically breaking down multiple slots to get there, right? That doesn't really
Mm-hmm.
help me. It helped me way more to have a setting in which it enabled you to be confident, right?
Yeah,
And I think
your
often enough,
environment matters a lot.
yeah, often enough, something that really like made it more difficult for me was like being around people that couldn't really like um I mean I remember the one that particularly hurt was that person that was just so like cold and like trying to achieve something, I guess, and they were not up for being gooby at all.
Mhm.
They
Sometimes you gotta be a bit
uh,
booby.
yeah, I remember the still that the one thing that I thought is like they surely have a stick up their ass. So it's like that's the one instance that hurt like pretty badly because yeah, yapped about it. That was the one thing that really broke up pretty rough into a pretty rough situation where the friend group essentially split apart from that point
Mm,
because like
yeah.
they were just outright telling me that they didn't like me. I was just
Oh,
uh, yeah, it's just like I was just I mean to some
how do you
degree.
grow in such an environment?
Hmm?
How do you even grow in such an environment? Like, that's just people trying to hold you back.
Hmm. I mean, essentially, I liked the people from the friend group, right? But apparently, that person didn't like me. There were a few ones that were kind of like, you know, they were doing their own kind of stuff, which is fine, right? I didn't have a problem with that. They were just out when we were like doing stuff. So they were just out doing their own thing. We were like, as an example, when we were playing Minecraft, they were just somewhere over there, just doing goops together with the two of them while we were just
Mm-hmm.
snooping around. Um, And I actually didn't do much with that person that said that they didn't like me, but I guess the amount that we interacted was enough for them to dislike me.
That's pretty shallow.
Nah, it's just like I certainly when I'm full of confidence, right? I certainly
Mhm.
tend to just be more like gremlin, I guess.
Mhm.
I tend to be a lot more I guess you could also say unhinged,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just like um just running around like just biting someone's ankles or something.
He's the runner.
Yeah, the
He's the
winny,
ankle biter.
the ankle biter. But I
I guess
guess
I have the same thing.
yeah, it's just like I guess she was like the the one person who like I can kind of see why she would maybe dislike me by the fact that she was aiming for like a goal, right? She
Mhm.
was pretty, how do you say it? Um,
Goal oriented.
yeah, and more of like she it mattered to her a lot how the the how the how do you say it? Hmm. How to basically construct a video in a sense. Like I could probably compare her to the to how corporations usually see someone extravagant, right? They usually want something tame, something uh that's not that appeals to everyone, right? That's
Mhm.
safe. That's like if you get what I mean. I'm not sure how to explain it as that's
I get what you mean.
basically that is basically like content oriented in a sense, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was just enjoying myself, right?
I feel like the more I enjoy myself, the more like gooby I get as well. But I feel like I try to not like I don't embrace that,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, I usually people like online are often not really anymore thinking about just like building an environment where they're just like, you know, wibbly wobbly, what the heck ever. They're
Yeah.
more like choosing like the fucking stepladder things. I mean, I guess sometimes I can get it. You want like a clear pathway to where you want to go, right? And it can be
Mhm.
helpful in some fashions, but like that's the kind of thing where you were saying like all of these people are just yapping about the same, like all like generic things, right?
Mhm.
But basically everyone that I admire or like really look up to as creators or as people are people that don't really follow like the kind of steps that these people are like presenting, right? They often
Mhm.
like I my idols were like Slimesicle and like uh, da- 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 da. I just had it. Shit then. What
I'm
the heck?
gonna I'm gonna get a quick snack, okay?
Hmm?
Be
Snack
right back.
time. Okay. Did the pecker. Hmm. This is probably a spot where I should make a list because I just remembered a lot of the people that I like looking at. I just why is the transcription text open of the AI caveman burp?
Not the caveman verb.
Caveman burp.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, you back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just remembered some of my favorite tube shows. Like
Mm-hmm.
definitely Slimesicle, like I really like Max's content, but it's super overstimulating. Like you gotta take like a lot of shit going on in very short amount of time for a very long time to watch that stuff. Then there's Vine Sauce and like Joel from Vine Sauce, I guess. Like Joel and Vinny. Uh
Mm-hmm.
I just find the video really funny where Joel's basically talking about like streamer tips. Kind of, oh yeah, you can have so many viewers, you get so many views, and you're gonna need a mod team to like manage all of that. And then he says, "Yeah, my name's like Shitboy69 or something, and we're gonna shit out some content." Ban all your mods. Ban them. They want to help you do your stream. Ban them. Anyone complains, ban them. Ban yourself. Stop streaming. Then there's Duck Duck, which has certainly been like one of the greatest influences in recent. Which I mean, do I have to say
Dug dug.
something why I like the Duck Duck community? Then Charborg is pretty funny. Like I guess he does like kind of similar stuff to Duck Duck in some of his content. I mean, I guess his content.
There are some.
Oh yeah, I do love the kind of like cold, really kind of be silly, but like the kind of autistic way that like um that oh man. Of course, every time that I want to think about someone's name, I forget it. um, the turtle.
Beetle?
Yeah, Vettel. Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty funny because it bounces off so clearly between like other people and like his own creation. Like it's especially funny because he's essentially sitting through all of these fucking like extreme gremlins and like big mummies and all of these like extreme kind of personalities in a sense, right? And then he's just like, "Oh, I'm just here to get my bottle of wine or some shit." I'm just like, it's just great. And the kind of cold thing where it's just like I just want to hear from like my father that like he loves me, and he's just like, no, I don't like you. You're not getting cookies. Ah, I was also thinking
Hmm.
of Russian badger and Yahya mice, which are also extreme goobers. Like this is all of those people that I usually like think of that I've really really enjoyed how they're just doing this stuff because they're usually the biggest of gremlins and goobers.
The biggest of goobers.
Yeah. And I think
I feel like
like
I should design a challenge to try and voice confidence.
yeah,
Though I'm not really sure. Maybe the podcast could be a good thing.
certainly, I think so. Hmm. Hmm. Potentially. I mean,
Yeah.
would would probably be fun, I think. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we could theoretically just take this that we're recording right now and just upload it and see what happens.
True. True.
we
We definitely could.
could.
Call it the Gooby Podcast.
The Gooby podcast.
The totally
Yay.
serious podcast for totally serious people.
Yay. Totally serious goobies. Hmm.
I wrote down in my script, I'm not a confident person. I often sound like an introverted 12-year-old doing their first improv. But what does it actually take to be confident? And I don't mean that any of that generic ass advice. Take care of your body, don't compare yourself to others, practice positive self-talk. No, I want to face my fear. I want to stare that motherfucker right in the face.
Yeah. Just like you know that kind of fish lens face where you're looking from down perspective on like a face and it's like looks like it's directly staring into your soul.
Mhm.
That's the
Yeah.
gooey facing the fears. Yeah. I mean, usually for me, it just helps being in an environment where like a lot of, I guess, a lot of the outside stuff isn't in there. I guess I really like just the comfy goblin energy from inside of the cave. It's sometimes enjoyable to talk about like outside the cave stuff, right? Like how that
Mm-hmm.
one orc like threw a rock at the other orc, right? But it it's like there's a certain uh, comfort in not bringing that insight, I guess. Because usually a lot of the times a lot of people make a lot of how they interact with people about outside issues or
Mm-hmm.
stuff that is not really relevant between personalities, I guess. And I kind of like keeping that to a more discreet kind of thing. But obviously, there's a lot of issues and stuff that I care about, right? But it's become pretty clear that a lot of people don't know the what do you say it again? The boundaries anymore of of this.
I'm confused.
Hmm. How to explain?
Just explain it again in one go because the pauses made it difficult to concentrate.
Hmm. I'm thinking.
That makes it even harder to concentrate.
It's just like the kind of thing where you're you're like very you're bringing it all together by just not thinking, and then once you start thinking, it's just like meh, 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 meh. Just keep the train choo-chooing, or you will lose the cargo. Yeah. Um, I guess I kind of do take issue with a lot of people expecting that some political stuff or something is really fit for just personal entertainment areas. That's like kind of expected to be like kind of part of it, I guess, or to make like a stance or something
Yeah.
to kind of fit a certain mold. Hmm. I mean, I genuinely kind of avoid, in a sense, including any like political yappings or like um
I don't mind political yappings. It's just that you're
hmm.
not gonna satisfy everyone, right?
Of course. I mean, you're always going to
Either
upset
way,
someone.
someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're a horrible person,"
Yeah.
or whatever opinion you have.
I think what
The
I'm
fact
kind
that you avoid talking about politics may also upset someone.
of course. I mean, of course. It's just like the kind of thing is like, since when has it become necessary that a comedian like makes a stance about politics? But I feel
Yeah.
like people care so much about their favorite content creator, like what their opinion is on like political issues and stuff, that like what if someone just wants to upload funny haha stuff if they don't want anything to do with politics on their like content? Yeah, it just feels
Mm.
very invasive in those scenarios then, because it kind of makes the point as like, if you're not using your reach to do something about something, then you're doing it wrong or something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guess it just depends on the person. Some people really care about social justice, and others just don't have the mental space for that. And I think we shouldn't morally like berate each other for either of those things.
Yeah. I mean, I also think that it's kind of unfair in a sense that to then think that, oh, you're basically like obligated to be face of the X thing because you have reach, and that's what that you're doing in private doesn't matter anymore. Like, no matter like how hard you work in private on like what you think is the right thing to do, like it's just like irrelevant.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah.
Uh, I'm split between two things. I'm currently writing a script and I'm talking, so
What, you don't have two brains that can do both?
yeah.
Wow. That
It might be good to watch if we are gonna do an actual podcast on self-esteem because I feel like we are switching between topics, which can be okay for a podcast. Also, do you
yeah.
hear me go quieter and louder?
I guess sometimes in some ways.
It's
Not true?
because I'm like, it's because I'm stimming. It's because I'm wiggling back and forth, so it
The wiggly.
makes me go quieter and louder. It can be really annoying, but I can't help it. I can't just stop wiggling. That's not how it works.
Just attach your house to a machine that moves it back and forth, and it will
I just
counteract.
gotta hang the microphone on my head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think if we're gonna make a podcast about self-esteem, we can just like watch videos maybe and then talk about them to each other and then we can upload that except without the videos in them.
Hmm. Oh
What do
yeah.
you think?
No. Yeah. We can put like at the beginning the basically the thumbnail and the link and etc. to get to that video, and then we can just yap about it after, like showing
Yeah,
it, like showing the thumbnail and stuff.
yeah.
Hmm.
If you want to, you can stop recording now.
Okay.
My brain is like, oh, but you're not doing good enough again.
Good enough on what being goopy.
Being green. Like, I don't know, I felt like we went off of topic pretty often,
Uh, I mean
which is
maybe.
not too bad, but
It's just it depends on if you want to make the podcast about being something very specific, or if it's like allowed to just be about whatever it just becomes.
it can be both, right?
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't have
mean,
to be about anything specific. Sometimes we can just yapple, and other times we can talk about something.
yay. I mean, the whole thing is that we're basically not following the kind of restrictions and expectations that usually people are like, oh, but if you want to make this kind of content, then you need to follow these exact instructions and like, oh, ow, what the heck? Huh? Hello? Oh no, the goobies crashing or something. I don't know.
What's wrong?
The audio was like really garbled and strange.
Weird.
Now you're just quiet.
Yours.
Anyways,
I mean, if you want to, I can edit the thing we just made and just slap it on YouTube.
sure.